Hey everyone, did you know along with us selling individually wrapped cuts in our farm store, we also offer custom cut beef by the quarter, half, or whole cow. So today we're going to show you exactly what is in a quarter when you order one. First, we have to start with how to reserve a quarter. We have it super convenient for you. You go right to our website, sunnycovefarm.com/beef. Once you get to our website, you'll be able to read a more in-depth description about what the process is of ordering a quarter, and you can select a delivery option where we'll deliver it right to your door, or you can pick it up at the farm. From there, you'll just place a quarter beef in your cart and check out for $100. That is your deposit. And a quarter beef runs around $900. It's $5.50 a pound plus processing, which is about 90 cents a pound. Our beef is always certified organic, certified grass-fed. We don't feed grain ever, so you don't have to worry about the quality of your meat, and you have the convenience of it in your freezer. So how much space does it require in your freezer for a quarter? Well, right here I have a standard cut quarter. It's 2 big boxes and 1 smaller box. Later on in the video, I'll show you some other variations and options that you can get when you order a quarter. But if it's your first time, I recommend just going with the standard cut unless you know exactly what you want. And that way you get an option of all the cuts we have available. So in our first box, if we open it up, this is every mom's favorite, a big box of ground beef. So when you order a quarter, you get 40 pounds of ground beef. That is a lot of easy meals. The ground beef is packed in these nice vacuum sealed tubes which stack great in a freezer. So you can leave it in the box or take it out and have some available. This vacuum seal lasts, they say, about 2 years, but it really does a great job at preventing freezer burn and keeping the meat fresh for a very long time, so you don't have to worry about using your meat quickly. In the smaller box, it contains most of the steaks, along with the alternative option of having cube steaks made. We have minute steaks, which is a roast that's cut to be a quick steak like Philly cheesesteak. 4 packages of cube steaks, marrow bones. I highly recommend getting all of your bones for bone broth. You'll also find in here that you have 2 sirloin steaks, 5 fillets, 5 Delmonico's, 5 New York strip steaks. So you'll have steak for days. Lastly, I have this big box of fun cuts. There's brisket in here. Depending on how big the quarter is, you'll get about 1 brisket, 1 good sized brisket. Sometimes you'll get 2 if you want them cut in half. If you want to cure it yourself, I recommend getting the bigger size, the 3-pound brisket. These are 2 1.5-pound briskets, so that would be more for doing like a pulled beef or smoking brisket. So lots of stew meat, which is super versatile. Then we get to the roast, like I was talking about. There's top round, there's bottom rounds, there's chuck roasts. They all are a little bit different. The nice thing about our butcher is they really take the time to prepare the roast so it's ready to cook. So it's kind of hard to see because this is frozen, but this is actually tied with a twine. And the twine helps keep the roast together. You can actually untie the twine and stuff it with garlic and breadcrumbs and cook it in a sauce that way, like a brajol. My family likes to put hard-boiled eggs in the middle of a roast like that. It's just a delicious and easy meal and it's nice that the butcher takes the time to do that for you. We have chuck steaks that have the bone in for extra flavor, along with the arm roasts. Arm roasts are my favorite. There's another beautiful chuck steak. Arm roasts are my favorite because they have this nice big bone. It's a good slab roast. And the bone actually brings so much flavor into it. A lot of people are afraid of arm roast because you think of an arm being a tougher cut. But it's all about how you prepare it. No meat ever has to be tough if it's prepared properly. And this is one of those big examples of a cut that might be prepared the wrong way. It may be tough, but if you marinate it and then you slow cook it, brining it, it's delicious. I like to use balsamic on an arm roast or red wine, and you can see the marrow bone right in the middle. It's gonna just meld with all of the flavors. Some fresh rosemary. This is a soup bone, so this is great if you want to make a soup and you don't want to use your stew meat up in the soup and you want that marrow, this is another stew bone. You can see there's all that marrow in there that'll just infuse and meld and be like a meat-based bone broth. So you have the flavor of the bone broth and the nutritional benefits, but you also have the meat on the bones to pull off and make a yummy soup or stew. This is a hanger steak, a really fun grilling steak. It's very thin, and when you unwrap it, you can just grill it up and then cut it in fine slices. I like to use hanger steak on my salads and top it with blue cheese and scallions. A skirt steak, which is similar to a hanger steak, a very thin steak, quick grilling, high temperature, like 1.5 minutes aside. Lastly, I have short ribs, which are our best kept secret, I think, in America. Not many people use short ribs, but the flavor that comes out of this cut of meat is amazing. This is one I love to Instapot. I put up a lot of recipes on our Facebook page for short ribs because I'm obsessed with them. And it's one of those like soy sauce and red wine and garlic in the Instapot with a little bit of honey or maple syrup for 30 minutes will make the most tender, delicious cut of meat. And they're similar to, if you like to eat pork ribs, they're similar to that, but they're a thicker bone, obviously, because it's from a beef cow. So if you like to eat ribs, if you like the flavor of a bone-in cut, these are amazing. So that was our standard cut. If you just told the butcher, I want to take the standard cut and try everything, that's about what you would get. I already talked about cube steaks and minute steaks. Those are made from a roast, and so they are sometimes a special request, but not all the time. Something that would be a special request that's $1 extra are the sausages. And I highly recommend getting some of your ground beef turned into sausage, or just buying them simply extra from the store. We can put together a sausage bundle that goes with your quarter, and that's also available on the website. The sausage flavor is available for beef, all certified organic and nitrate free, is mild Italian, fresh andouille, chorizo, and breakfast sausage. So you can get them, as you can see, there's 2 different shapes, in loose or link, and you can get them smoked or fresh. The smoking is a little bit extra too, and it has to be in batches of 35 pounds. But again, if you didn't want that much sausage, you could just get a sausage bundle to go with your quarter, and that would be a great way to bring in some extra easy meals, delicious flavors, great for the grill. So that's a fun extra add-on that does not come standard with the quarter. Thanks for joining us today. I hope this video gave you more detail on what to expect in ordering a quarter and what you receive in the end. So if you want the convenience of having beef in your freezer all year round, feel free to reach out if you have any more questions and let us know.